Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the afternoon panel discussion looking at digital transformation for enterprises. So we're very happy today to have not one or two, but three industry experts here to share their insight and experience from their own digital transformation journey. Before I put in some questions to our speakers today, I would love to put things more into the context. So I'm sure digital transformation is not a new concept for any of you here, right? But I'm not sure how many of you are aware of its growth projection. It's going to be even bigger and bigger. So IDC has made a prediction that the global spend of digital transformation is going to hit $3.4 trillion in 2026. So in 4 years' time, the global spend on digital transformation will almost double of how much we spent in 2022. In 4 years' time, we will double the spend on this phenomenon, right? And within this wider remit of digital transformation, there seems to be three key areas that enterprises really focus on. And they are cloud, AI, and Internet of Things in that order. With Accenture actually published some figures saying that 45% of organizations are already scaling up their cloud capabilities for digital transformations. So for our speakers today, being the early adopters for the cloud technology, right? How do you define digital transformation for your industry? And do you see there's anything particular for your industry that they are the key differentiator when it comes to the concept of digital transformation? Perhaps we start with Nicky?
Yes. I think the digital transformation is really a big agenda in Watson because you know that I think majority of our customer is women. And to meet the demand and expectation of women, it's not really easy. So I think you all know that. So we have to really leverage and also integrate all those advanced technology, AI, e-commerce platform, AR, and also some of the personalization in terms of data analytics into the heart of really digital transformation strategy. So likewise, I think this is going to be a big agenda for enterprise.
How about Shaun?
Yeah, so for us, transformation is not like a one-off thing, right? It's continuous. So we're a Ninja Van. We started off in 2014, coming 9-10 years now. And 9 years ago, we came in and we disrupted the domestic last mile industry. Basically injected technology, gave a lot more visibility to our customers, made a lot of things more efficient, right? It was also the rise of the e-commerce marketplace. You have Lazada, Shopee, and all these folks. So today, transformation for us is very different. We came in to this as a cloud native company. So we're already leveraging everything on the cloud. We're relatively scalable on the tech and infrastructure side. So today is a bit more interesting. We're starting to see new trends, especially in the video streaming industry, which maybe if we have time, I could share more later. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How about in the banking industry, Ed?
I think the gentleman from Red Hat kind of helped me out here because he said he did all of his transactions and all of his banking on his phone. And that requires us to make sure that we've got the resilience behind that, to make sure that it works seamlessly and it doesn't hang, and the transactions happen now within seconds when it used to take days to make a transaction happen. So for me, it's a combination of two things. It's the front-end user experience and making things easy, and more importantly on the back end, making sure that we've got the resilience, the compliance, the security, and all of those operational things in play to make sure that it just works.
Mm-hmm. So of course, for the banking industry, the resilience, the speed and everything being have a robust system is important, while personalization is important for the e-commerce side, right? Any other trends that you've seen that is happening or that has happened in the past few years that you see is growing strong?
I mean, I think the use of data and the way that we use data ourselves and how we interact with the banks, the retailers, everybody that we consume things from is now so immediate that we expect, when we pull our phone out, that we're able to do a transaction with anybody at any time. That requires an awful lot of compute on the background, which is why I think we've seen the accelerated growth of hyperscale data centers and the cloud, basically. Because whether it be in our homes and the entertainment systems that we use, everything is just on demand immediately, and we expect it to be there. How frustrating is it when you go out with your phone and you've not got a signal and you can't do what you wanted to do? Whether you want to buy something, whether you wanted to do some banking transactions, that's really frustrating. So I think that the trends that we've seen and we continue to see are immediacy of engagement with the companies that we use through our mobile devices and through our home entertainment systems.
So in other words, we're getting more and more impatient.
Absolutely.
Any other trends? Personalization seems to be very important, right? Any other trends around that theme that you've seen?
Yeah, I think first, I cannot say thanks to COVID that make tremendous growth over the e-commerce. Yeah, I think some of the company they go like 10x, 5x, 4x. But past COVID, it's really different journey. People start to going back to the offline store. People, of course, they like to try things, especially skincare, cosmetics, right? They like to try whether it's true color, it's real colors. So I think the key and the trend in upcoming next is about how to really integrate those offline, online together. I think that more or less is omni-channel. Somebody call it O2O or plus O, but is this the omni-channels? How can really we make them shop in multiple platforms in more regular basis? I think this is a key, also challenging today, but it is also a trend that we will make them a more convenient, personalized, either offline or online, and make sure the customer experience is really there, both of them. Yeah. How about you, Shaun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, me and Nicky, we've been working together. Watson's a big customer of ours, and personalization. I think that's also something that we've been, aggressively trying to give our customers, giving them a lot of optionalities. If you think about last mile logistics, you just expect your parcel to come on time, right? But now the trend is that people want more control of their parcels. They want to know exactly when their parcels are going to arrive. They want to be able to upgrade the parcel to, from a next day delivery to a 4-hour delivery. Now speaking about the O2O thingy, we are in a time where COVID, really accelerated the growth of a lot of our industries. And post-COVID, people are going back to the stores. So how do we then adapt to that? And that's what we are also trying to do. We're starting to see the rise of the TikToks, the Douyin, right? And a lot of people are starting to sell stuff online. So as our customers are sellers, platforms, we know and understand their needs. And that's what we're also trying to adapt to by going into digital services. We're helping them with AI technology to teach them how to live stream, tell them what to say to increase engagement and also conversions of sales, right? So the trend I'm seeing is that as this industry that we are in is getting more and more competitive with such razor-thin margins, we're all trying to look for other revenue streams. And for us, that's going into other lines of services, digital services, financing services, whatnot. Yeah.
So diversification, right? So in other words, we are getting less patient, but want more personalized item. So in order to be more competitive, you need to diversify, right? So totally agree. So it seems like digital transformation is happening, helping, enabling all of those elements you just talked about. If it's happening so quickly, it seems to come with a few challenges as well, right? So according to the Boston Consulting Group, in 2021, they come up with some studies showing that perhaps shockingly, only 35% of the organization would consider their digital transformation effort successful. And perhaps to make it even worse, McKinsey believed that from their survey, larger organizations seem to be even struggling more with that, with only just 16% of the respondents saying that their digital transformation is helping improve their efficiency. So how do you feel, about this slightly grim sentiment? And do you see there are benefits really outweighing the effort they're putting into overcoming the obstacle? Any success cases that you can share with us?
I think the stats are interesting from companies who will come and get you to try and do digital transformation. And then you kick off a piece of work, and then they'll come along and try and get you to do the next thing. And I think it's very easy to be distracted by the next new best thing. And I think that what you need to do is you need to stay the course, and you need to do one of two things. You either need to finish what you start, or you need to get enough critical mass that it will just complete, right? And then you can start something new. I think many cases today, people try and chase the next new thing. I saw a very famous Chinese quote in a museum about the kind of evolution of the last 100 years in China. And the quote said, never forget why you started, your mission can be accomplished. So I would say that if you want to achieve your digital transformation, don't forget why you started it, and then pursue it and make sure you accomplish it.
Great. Yep. Do you agree? Would you agree, Shaun?
Oh, absolutely, because I'm sure there are a lot of leaders out here in the audience who, some of your guys are like, oh, I just met this vendor and they're going to solve, XYZ problem, right? So I definitely think finishing what you started off is really key. For us, that's razor sharp focus, right? On top of that, you have to always be involved in the business. I mean, I come probably because I come from a startup. I'm one of the founders. So every time when you are very engrossed and you truly understand deeply the problem, you know what you're trying to solve, right? So don't forget that. And of course, always listen to your customers. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think for us, probably we have to rethink about first, it's about mindset. Actually, digital transformation strategy is not a project or program, probably it's a journey. It's really true journey. So it could be 1,000 of projects, 100 of programs that's part of digital transformations. I give you a little example. One, I start off the digital transformation journey in Watson. So we upgrading our e-commerce from on-prem to the cloud. So we have scalabilities, flexibilities. We don't have to really send the demand to the infrastructure guy every 8, 10, 11, forecast about transaction, which is you cannot really predict. So scalable benefit is really getting there, like at the first time. But throughout the journey, I just mentioned about O+O, offline to online. So we cannot think about 6 months. We could recruit people to be, like multiple platform shopper. That is not easy. Mm-hmm. So it's a journey, and we have to try many ways also embed a lot of technology, really go into the data analytics house. We can really personalize recommendation or offer our customer to be a multiple platform shopper. So you can see that it's totally different objective and really mindset, even as part of digital transformations. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
I think you have to, the cloud has been a fantastic technological revolution in the last 10 years. And I think that in my previous company and also and when I'm at HSBC now, you need to build solid foundations in the cloud. And sometimes that can take, best part of 9 months, a year, 18 months. But that's okay, because those solid foundations allow you to then build the things that will happen a lot faster, and products that you can give to your customers. So I think it's about, setting yourself on the journey, building the foundations, but making sure, as I say, you complete what you start before somebody comes along and says, what about Gen AI? Okay, well, actually, you need to build your solid foundations in the cloud first. And then we'll think about doing Gen AI, right?
Yeah.
Rather than stop halfway, jump on a Gen AI, then you don't do that because the next thing comes along, right?
So it seems to be very consistent, right? Set your objective, stick to it despite different obstacles, and don't be distracted by the shiny new things, and also to trust your own capability and make use of your own knowledge about your own organization, your industry as well, right? Yeah. Great. So instead of just using digital transformation to make improvement to the efficiency, performance, do you see digital transformation will be used to drive new initiative? Like one of the keywords for the industry now is sustainability, inclusiveness. Do you see that being useful, driving these new initiatives?
Yeah, I mean, I think I talked earlier about the expansion of the number of hyperscale data centers in the world, so the cloud. That's an awful lot of power consumption. And so we have an opportunity, I think, to use technology for good in the use of that compute and using green energy, different cooling systems, and actually helping the planet as part of that. And I think the other thing we can do as technologists is make sure we write efficient code, so that efficient code then will use efficient use of compute, and therefore less power. And so I think that technology can play a big part as part of this.
Great. Do you see a lot of sustainability initiatives being driven or enabled by digital transformation, Nicky?
Yeah. I think that's going to be another challenge, I might say, because now you look at our customer and consumer eyes now today, we cannot fool them, we cannot really fool them easy, Earlier, we just go to the weekend, have a CSR, take a photo, publish on the social medias, and then we became sustainabilities. But it's not anymore because they not really believe on you. You have to be really a true good man, not really just a good man. So I think we have to really take this a bit seriously. I think we. In our part, we really take into the account as a green IT kind of strategy that part of our digital transformation. So it's not just digitalize paper into the electronic form, but on what you do, you have to consider this, whether or not you want to buy the physical server or are you going to move to the cloud. Any other alternative solution from the cloud instead of build something by your own. I think this is something that it really have to be considered as part of your journey, part of your action. So yeah, so then you can become really true good man, not just a good man.
Yeah. Anything similar for Shaun?
I mean, technology is the one thing that has helped us to optimize the entire delivery process in terms of carbon emissions, fuel that we're spending with VRP algorithms, right? But I mean, let's not even talk about this kind of fundamental. New technology, I think the gentleman from Red Hat was talking about OpenShift, Kubernetes, right? About in 2015, we were one of the first few companies to entirely containerize our entire production environment. What that means is extremely efficient use of our resources. During your Double 11 sales periods, we can scale up automatically. When the period dies down, we shut down these machines, right? So we're saving the earth as well. Another interesting thing is that new tech is always coming out. We saw Apple start pushing out the ARM-based chips, right? The M1s, the M2s, a lot cheaper, a lot more power efficient. We're seeing that come into the enterprise environment as well with the ARM chipsets. So last month, I think, we migrated an entire bunch of Intel machines onto Ali Yun's it's a ETN 710 chipset, and we immediately saw increased performance as well as cost savings of about 50-60%. Yeah, not to mention saving the world again. Yeah.
Yeah. So good to know that digital transformation brings multiple layers of benefits to different industries as well, right? So I think it seems like the trend is going to continue and it's growing strong. And I think this view is being reflected in many different studies, including the one from the MIT saying that 87% of the leaders currently think that digital transformation will disrupt the industry. I think to all the early adopters here, that has already happened. However, it seems like only 44%, so half of those believe that the trend will disrupt the industry, feel like they are ready. So they see that coming, but they're not quite ready. So again, as part of your journey, you've learned a lot and you have a lot of success cases. What's the piece of advice, or more than one piece, that you would give to your peers if they come to you and say, I'm going to embark on a digital transformation journey now? What's the most important thing?
I think, as I said earlier, understand why you're doing it and why you're starting. To that point, make sure that your board and your exec are educated and understand the costs associated, what it is you're trying to achieve, and make sure that you're all going at it together. I think that, be curious and always look for ways to do things better. I like the value that I saw at one of the Ali sites, which was today's excellence, I think it is tomorrow's baseline.
Yep.
And so I think that's fantastic. And in your journey to do whatever you're going to do to transform, just remember that change is always with us. And you need to keep going and finish what you start.
Great. Any other advice on top of that?
For us, I think as a journey mindset, first and foremost important thing, digital transformation has to be sit inside the business. I mean, in the middle, in the heart. It cannot be a separate department or separate strategy. I think this is the first to have alignment with the business objective is one of the key things. How we do things and deliver, I think we are using agile methodologies, and definitely cross collaboration between departments is really important internally. Externally, I think we also have time to time customer focus group, because we want to hear from them as well what kind of thing that they really need and what they really want. How are they feeling about our journey or experience? Last but not the least, I think throughout the journey, we have to provide the stage of feedback and also fine-tuning the journey as well. So we not really go left and right, we still going straight there, but it could be a tactical fine-tuning over time due to the experience of the customer and also collaboration feedback from our employees. I think that is really important thing. Yes.
Anything else to add?
Yeah, apart from the two that they have already mentioned, right? We always must keep a lookout, not just listening to our customers, right? But be very, very open that someone's going to disrupt you. Be open to change, right? Just now, Selena was mentioning that AI is the trend. I truly believe that, and not just is it a trend, but we are entering into an era of AI. And if we don't start looking into it, we're going to be left behind really, really quickly, right?
And apart from AI, if you have to take your crystal ball out, what else do you see as the next disruptor, per se, or the next set of challenges that you see that's coming? And what would be your proposal to tackle those new challenges? Let's say for the next 5-10 years, what would be your new disruptor?
I think that with the speed which we talked about, and we're talking about, Shaun was talking about Gen AI and all those things. I think that the next big disruptor is going to be around the security and the use of speed, I'll call it. and how we set things up so that it keeps customers safe and secure, and it allows folks to have instant demand, instant fulfillment, but in a secure way. So I think we're going to need to think as technologists how to use this new technology and create disruptive technologies around security and resilience.
Yeah, so being able to fulfill the immediacy without compromising on the security side.
Yep.
Yep. Shaun, any?
It's interesting because speed for us means business or no business. I think in one of the markets we serve, I think was Vietnam, it's very common that consumers would order the same item. Payment option is cash on delivery from multiple delivery companies, right? So whoever comes first, they would pay the courier, and the later ones, they would just reject it, right? So speed is really, really of key importance to us. That
Yeah, I
was
think particularly for
interesting thought,
logistics, right? It's
Yeah.
all about the time, yeah, from the consumer side here.
Yeah. First, I think I will talk more on the internally challenging and disruption. I think I agree with Ed. Cybersecurity became now is really tremendous disruption, not just our IT team. We have internal cybersecurity group of people, not just doing security thing, but also check on us. What you did, whether you did well before you moving the code into the production. So all in all, I think this is also disrupt our day-to-day works, to be honest, that always vulnerabilities, even though you scan 10 times a day, it's still vulnerabilities, We invest a lot, not just about technology into our people internally as well, to fulfill the cybersecurity requirement. But the thing is that if you build something by your own, you're taking this also by your own. This time around, I think to the cloud computing, you have a lot of tools that could help you check the thing before you moving the thing to a different environment, like AI ops, DevOps kind of thing that can help us to speed up a lot of things today. So I think this is how I think it should be a way of working that we should looking forward. I think due to the cybersecurity is never stop and never reduce. So I think this is going to be the trend for the future.
And earlier during our conversation, you also brought up a very good point about the importance of omnichannel, right? To merge, during COVID time, lots of people shop online, and now they're going back to your offline store. How do you map the two together? Seems to be a new thing or ongoing thing that's important to you as well, right?
Yes. I think integration with multiple, not just offline, online, with multiple platform marketplaces, also is going to be ongoing. That's what I'm trying to say. Our competitor today is not just a retail hand beauty look-alike anymore. So a lot of social commerce is happening in the market. Marketplaces, Lazada also part of them. Good thing is that we are partners, also sometimes competitors. But again, somehow I think we need a lot of intelligence to integrate them together to be our ecosystem, omnichannels, O+O. So I think this is going to be a big mega trend for upcoming futures. Yes.
Great. Yep. So consistently, again, I'm hearing that, build your foundation, stick to it, don't be distracted by shiny new things, and finish what you start. Seems to be across the trend. On top of that, and of course, cybersecurity is important. Speed becoming the more essential element, even more essential than ever. But on top of that, do not compromise on your data security, data privacy, and other than that, any concluding comment, Ed?
Yeah, I think be curious and open to new ideas. As I said, the change is always with us, so don't be afraid of it, and make sure that, as I say, you know why you started, and then the things that come along, you will be able to incorporate, as long as you've got the right path in play.
Great. Shaun?
Well, for me, is really don't be afraid to jump into the thing, right? As leaders, we too often always delegate things away. So, I mean, as co-founder, CTO, I'm still really hands-on. And back to, like, understanding the problem. Don't let people just tell you what to do. Be open. Again, work with whoever you. For instance, right? We often collaborate with the solution architects from our cloud providers, and just for exploration. And yeah, a lot of interesting new ideas can come about.
Yeah, I think for me to conclude, still emphasize the three important things. Align with the business objective is first important. Second, foster collaboration within organization, so external organization also really important. Feedback, fine-tuning, because it's evolving. It's not completely changed thing. It's evolving thing. So this is three key main thing I like to really conclude as top to top the digital transformation journey.
Great. So be open, be confident in your own industry knowledge, and be consistent across the board with your objective.
Yeah.
I think that we've learned so much today. But thank you very much, guys. Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.